Hello everybody, this is the thejonnymar, and welcome back to my playthrough of Final Fantasy VI Advance, the Dragon's Den. So in between episodes I did a little bit of changing. You'll notice I changed up my party members a little bit. And I also went to the Colosseum and got some miracle shoes. These are pretty much the best relic you can get in the game. They give you automatic haste, protect, shell, and regen. So that's pretty awesome. And to get them, what you have to do is bet an elixir in the Colosseum to get a rename card. And you'll have to fight a cactuar. And then you have to bet the rename card to get the miracle shoes, and you'll fight a fiend dragon. So if you are going to do that, keep in mind that the fiend dragon likes to use Heartless Angel, which will take you down to 1 HP. So a little full disclosure here, this is actually the second time I'm going to be taking on the dragons I'm going to show you in this episode. And that is because when I took them on last night, they completely murdered me. Like, I did not stand a freaking chance against them. And so I'm trying some new battle strategies this time. So first up we have the Earth Dragon. And this guy likes to use Earth-based spells, so he's going to use Quake and also Magnitude 8. Now, fortunately, I have permanent float status on Sabin through the Angel's Wings relic. And I also have the Paladin Shield on lock, which absorbs, or nullifies actually, Earth-based damage. So those two are okay, but my other two party members, not so much, as you can see. They are down. And the bad part about this, besides the fact that this guy is incredibly powerful, is that he doesn't have the float status like the Earth Dragon from the regular World of Ruin does. And so that kept him from getting hit by his Earth-based spells, which means he didn't get healed by them. But this guy, oh no, he gets healed. So that really sucks. And basically, I don't know what he has for an item, but I'm trying to steal it with Locke. And this fight is long and tedious, because about halfway through he starts whipping out some super fast physical attacks that do around 2,000 damage, and if you don't block them, there's little you can do. So what I'm going to basically do with this is I'm going to slowly wear him down, see if I can steal whatever item it is that he has, and I'm going to save you guys from that. I'm not going to make you watch the whole fight, because it's probably going to take around 10 minutes or so, maybe even 15. So I'm going to cut ahead at this point in a little bit, and I'll just come back either when I steal the item or when I actually beat him, whichever comes first. But in the meantime, I will continue to plug away with Phantom Rush, try to avoid these ridiculous spells, and see if I can steal with Locke. Come on, Locke. Oh, dang it. Come on, steal from him. Maybe he's getting close to death. That would be awesome. Oh, sweet Jeebus. He's dead. Awesome. Oh, well, that took 12 minutes. Ridiculous. And we get the God Hand, which of course makes me think immediately of Final Fantasy VII and Tifa's weapon. Was that her ultimate weapon? I don't even remember. It's been a while since I've played. I'll get to it eventually, of course. I will LP it someday. But in the meantime, hey, let's see what happens here. Wow, one seal was broken. Well, let's equip that on Sabin then. Pretty nice boost. And basically his magic is such a level that it doesn't really matter. His Bum Rush should still do full damage. And we'll have to do some healing. Alright, so basically that's one more dragon down. So that's, what, 3 total now? So if this is following suit with the World of Ruin, then there should be 5 or so left. And then I have no idea what happens once that is over. I think I've heard there's an ultimate enemy you have to take on. So I'm going to heal here and regroup. Alright, so we are now ready to go and take on another dragon. And when I did my, you can call it a practice run, I didn't mean it to be a practice run. I didn't mean to die, is what I mean. But this dragon was actually fairly easy to beat. So you'll notice our first kind of different area of this labyrinth, and that is a castle area. We have a friendly little turtle here. Thank you, turtle, for carrying all of our weight. And this area is ripe with little seals that we're going to have to unlock. So up here to the north, there's a heaven seal. Not sure what dragon that is. Holy dragon, I guess? Yeah, that makes sense. And then up here, there's a lightning seal, which basically just makes a complete circuit of this area. So that's a little bit of a shortcut. But the key to this area is that there's a switch we have to hit, and that releases another dragon we're going to take on today. So let's do that. When the doors open, the red shall be awoken. So you do have to hit this switch in order to take on the fire dragon. And that is another dragon that completely and utterly destroyed me in my practice run, I guess you'll call it. But we'll be getting to you in a second, buddy. First, we got to take out one of your brethren, or sisterin. Now, there's a couple more seals up here. There's a a fire seal. Okay. And there's our dragon we're gonna take on, and then through here, there's an interesting little inscription block again, kind of like the Tomb of Daryl. So I'm guessing at some point we're going to have to activate that. You can see a point in the wall that kind of looked like a doorway we can go through. But let's take on this dragon. He's purple. He's actually a water dragon. And he's pretty easy. Doesn't really have anything too powerful. And I beat him fairly quickly last time. And he uses this Rippler attack, which is very reminiscent of the other water dragon, or blue dragon. So we're going to use our old strategy. Little lore, Grand Delta, Ultima, and of course Phantom Rush. And we'll see if we can steal something. Probably not, though. Locke has been pretty useless so far. Yup. You suck, Locke. So if any of you do know what these dragons have for steals, you can let me know in the comments. I would certainly be interested to know that. But I really have not had any luck so far. Now I'm sure I could just use Thundaga, but a lot of my characters actually don't have Thundaga yet, because I've focused on Ultima instead. And I guess Strago at this point is kind of useless because due to the fact that I'm wearing the Miracle Shoes, basically we have Shell and Protect status already. So there's not really any reason, as far as I can tell, to cast Mighty Guard. And down he goes. Because I'm pretty sure that doesn't stack. But it might, I guess. I don't know. Again, if you know, viewers, let me know in the comments. Because if it does stack, that will probably be very helpful later on. We learned the Rippler lore. And we got a new weapon. Save the Queen. And this guy releases a ton of seals. I think there's like 3 total. So I have not explored any of these avenues that are being released yet. Basically, I'm just showing you guys the quickest route to kill these 3 dragons, and that's how far I've gone so far. So you're basically seeing this as I've done it. Except, you know, the brutal murders. I'm getting killed. Terribly. Alright, so now we have to backtrack. But I'll show off one more seal up here to the north after I throw on my Moogle Charm again. And this is lightning. Alright. So we'll be back this way once we find the gold dragon, or thunder dragon. But to find that fire dragon, which we released with that switch, we have to head back towards the save room, which is fortunate, because I do like to save in between fights. So let's head on back in, recover, and I'll meet you back here in a second. Alright, so we are ready to take on the final dragon of this episode, the fire dragon, or flame dragon, or red dragon, or whatever the heck it's called. So let's head this way. We have to head over to the west, and then head up, and he's waiting for us patiently by this door. Floating along on his little wings. Alright, this guy is incredibly cheap. So he murdered me as well, and he's red dragon apparently. And as you can see, he's sacrificing life force to increase his strength. So basically, there is nothing you can do. Let me repeat that. You can do no attack that does damage to him. I've tried everything. I've tried Bum Rush, I've tried Ultima, I've tried Flare, I've tried physical attacks, the Offering, with the most powerful swords I have, and all of it does 0. And basically what happened was when I fought him the first time is he actually throws out an Ultima spell, which completely annihilated me. So I'm gonna try to cast Re-Raise on my characters and see if, basically I'm hoping over time, since he's using up his life force to defend himself, that he'll run out of life force and eventually just die on his own. So we're just gonna kill time here and try to keep ourselves alive with Re-Raise or Life 3 and some good old cure spells. Yeah, and he's got a brutal series of physical attacks. He gets like 4 to 6 of those in a row whenever he tries them. Now, I guess I could cast Golem, but unfortunately he's on Sabin, which I have the Soul of Thamus on him, so I can't use the Esper. Great planning, Johnny. Great planning. Awesome, Flare Star. We'll attack. And of course I also could have equipped Flame Shields or Fire Shields, but no, I didn't do that either. However, if you're doing this fight, feel free to do so. That will help out. Thank you. I really appreciate it when you use a fire spell on the one character it heals. Although you can kill him because he's useless. He just can't steal anything. So last time he was whipping out Flare Star and Flare, and then all of a sudden Ultima came out of nowhere. So we'll see if that happens again. And my hope is, like Mage Master, he'll just kind of die after he casts Ultima. But, I can always keep casting Re-Raise. That's not a big deal. Alright, we're in pretty good shape. That'll do almost enough to kill Mog. I love those Miracle Shoes. Pretty awesome. It's actually the first time I've ever used them. Like, I've never felt the need to use them in the main game. I felt they were just kind of too cheap. But with this thing, and this Dragon's Den, and how cheap it's been, uh-oh, here's Ultima. I have no qualms about using any benefit at my disposal. Ow. Alright, come back, my party members. And I'm gonna try to whip out another Re-Raise spell quickly. Uh-oh. Oh yeah! Thank goodness. Whew. Well, that worked. Awesome. I suppose you could have used Palador too, just like with Mage Master, and jumped as a way to try to avoid that, but hey, it worked. Apocalypse, huh? That's been a couple different things. In a few of the Final Fantasies, that's been a sword. Was it 7 also, where that was the triple materia growth sword for Cloud? A little fuzzy. Hasn't happened in a while that I played that, as I've mentioned already. And then I think... No, that's wrong. I was gonna say I thought it was a spear in one of the Final Fantasies, but I don't think that's right. Alright, so I'm not sure if there's anything going on behind this dragon, because obviously I didn't beat him last time. So let's check that out quick. No. So we'll head back to our save point. We will recover. And why don't we check out those new weapons we got? The Save the Queen and the Apocalypse. See who those are for, because it seems like each of the dragons drops a specialty weapon for a certain character. So here is the Apocalypse. Mighty blade forged in the bygone age, equipable by Terra. Jeez, and look at those stats. Treasured sword of a renowned general. Yeah, that makes sense, Celeste. Kind of Beatrix-like from Final Fantasy IX. Alright, so we'll heal, we'll recover, and in my next episode we will continue onward. After we equip these weapons, of course. That's pretty awesome. Max attack, 80s magic. And let's check out that Save the Queen. Oh yeah. Wow, look at that evasion and magic evasion too. Alright, I'll see y'all in the next episode, viewers. Thanks for watching. So long.